This is going to be a whip and chat, and it's a whip and chat over magic potions, guys. I'm just kind of let you know what my weekend was like and Friday and what all's going on, and just hang out for a little bit. I'm going to try to do more of these. So, if you have something you would like to talk about, put it down next time around. That's what we'll talk about. So, I'm open. Please remember, if you watched my Latch Live, go hit me, please, for the canvas, for the giveaway for March. Because I'm going to do the giveaway this coming Wednesday. So it's a beautiful canvas, guys. Beautiful. I've only got like, I think 3 entries right now. So, or 2. I only got 2 entries right now. So, one of them will get it, definitely. But go hit me, please. Love y'all. Stay tuned. And I got about an hour long whip and chat. Bye. Hi, this is a whip and chat. I'm going to try to do as good as I can right here. Here we go. This is on magic potions. And I've done the white magic book, the top of the green one here. And now I'm on this blue one. This right here begins the first fairy. So, like, this is whatever she was holding in her hand. My cat's doing little flybys real quick. But I thought I'd hop on here and just do a quick little whip and chat. Oh my God, yesterday, well, this whole weekend, Friday was my 6-year-old grandson's 7th birthday. And that was held at Urban Air, which is our version of a trampoline park. That was like, oh, so fun. I mean, everybody, believe me, oh, so fun. And so, did that. Didn't get home until late. It was like almost 10 o'clock at night when I got home. And then I had to get up really early the next day because my second oldest grandson, the one that lives close to me, is turned 16. And so we were doing his 16th birthday party, and it was him and his girlfriend. They just celebrated their 1-year anniversary of being girlfriend-boyfriend. And so we had her and his brother and his grandparents on this other side and a cousin. And we started out at home having, barbecue, hot dogs, hamburgers, cheese dip, that kind of thing. Gave him his birthday gifts. And then from there we went to, they call it Action Jack's. It's not quite as bad as Dave and Buster's. In any way, shape, or form. Not near as bad. But kind of the same thing, arcade. They also have laser tag and some paintball. And I was like, yeah, oh. And so I found me a massage chair. And I just sat down and took me a 30-minute massage while they were doing all that. And then, of course, and all these are in different towns. One was in Valonia, one was in Conway. Now, the next one's going to be in Morrilton, which is the one that's, a few miles from me. So at least I'm going home from here. But we go to the skating rink and the bowling alley. And, of course, I don't know, ever since we had that rain, my shoulders have been killing me. I mean, just like really hurt. And so it was like, yeah, I don't think I want to touch a bowling ball because, Well, first we're going to skate. Well, guys, I'm almost 63 years old. There was no way I was getting on skates because I knew that if I hit my butt or my hip down against that concrete, chances are I'd break something. So I was just like, no. Well, my 40-year-old son decides he is going to try to roller skate. And he did. And I have never laughed so hard in my life because, it was like, what are you thinking? Because most of it, I decided, because usually, yes, I still have my ex-husband's numbers in my phone. And usually it's when my kids have done something bad, been in a wreck or something's happened. It's like I'm not going to be the only one stressing out about these children. You help make them, you're going to stress too. So I always call them, let them know what's going on, because I'm not going to be the only one worrying. And so he was like sending me question marks, because I just sent him a text saying, I'm sending you a video. And he was like sending question marks going, who's hurt? Who's hurt? And I'm like, oh, nobody's hurt. I'm just going to send you a video of your 40-year-old son trying to roller skate. And he was like, what? And so I sent him this video, and he sent me back, all these little emojis of the face slap and the crying and the tears and then he's like, what does he think he's doing? I said, I don't know, trying to kill himself. And then he was like, okay, has he broke anything? And I'm like, no, not yet. And then about a few minutes later, he lost it. But before then, my ex sends me a little quote saying, he looks like a white boy trying to dance. Well, he kind of did, arms slinging everywhere. And that's where it was funny. But he was like, has he ass planted? And I was like, no, not yet. And then I was like, oh, wait. He just butt planted. And he was like, oh my God, is he okay? And I'm like, yeah, he's getting up and he's still going, so he must be all right. And then next thing I know, he does it again. And so he's going around, and next thing you see him like, he goes up in the air, goes vertical, and just lands pretty much on his hip and his back. And I said, oops, he just did it again, and I think he's done. And he was like, oh my God, did he break something? I'm like, I don't know. If he did, I'll call you back, I'll text you back. But he was like, oh my God. He was like, I'm just going to have to rib that boy. He said, I'm going to call him tomorrow and rib him. So, at least it got him and his dad talking, because he said he went home and called his dad and told him he survived and nothing was broke, but he was going to feel it in the morning, and it gave them something to discuss. But I was like, yeah, if I watch this crazy stuff, so is someone else. And so last night I got home pretty late, because I don't think I got into Nix's live. She was just drawing her whipping chat, or her WIP, because she has where you put your WIP in once a week in her Phoenix Fantasy group, and to keep it alive, they've always done a weekly drawing on it, for whatever your picture is. Well, I actually won that. I haven't won in quite a while, so I was quite glad. And she's got new colors coming out, guys. They'll be coming out, and the first one comes out this week, and then, it'll be, rolling out. And so she's got new colors. And so I was like, I'll just take usually I take the Tmall option, but I was like, oh, I'll take, gift certificate to your Etsy, because I'm going to get some new colors. And so she was like, well, I'll get you a gift certificate and get it off to, get it to you. And I was like, okay, cool. And so, I was up till like 6:30 this morning. By the time we finally got off of that live, that's the longest live she's done in a while. And so I slept till like 3 this afternoon, and then I went ahead and walked my dad, because I had brought cupcakes home from the 7-year-old birthday party. And so I got up and got dressed and walked him over some cupcakes. I was like, I want these evil things out of my house. So I took him all the cupcakes, dropped them off, and visited with him for a bit. Kind of checked out my driveway. And of course, Monday is a holiday, so I can't call him then, but I will be calling not long after, like probably Tuesday. And just reminding them like, hey, yeah, the driveway still needs done. Whenever you can get here, I'm not going to be nasty about it, because there was a lot of road damage and everything that they're out trying to fix up. But I just want to, stay fresh in their minds of, yeah, it needs to be. Have some more gravel put on it, because I can sit there and walk down there and shoot you a picture, and you would see the gravel where it went all the way down the road. So all the gravel that was up on it just went down the road, because it just washed it right on down. And so that's basically been my last 2 days. And this is Magic Potions, guys. And since Spring Flings does not require a new image, you know, a new canvas, I decided to go ahead and start working on it, because I'm going to be working on this one for quite a while, because it is so massively big. Oh, well, there we go. It is so massively big that I will be working on this one for a bit. So I decided to go ahead and, you know, get it started, at least. And so that's what we're doing right now. And actually, I've done quite a bit, because like I said, I've done over to the first fairy that's up here on top of this candle, or whatever it is. Looks like a candle. Or, no, it looks almost like maybe a Magic Genie bottle or something. But that's where I'm over to. You know, and I am putting enhancements in it, and so it's like just kind of figuring out what would look good where. You know, because a lot of them don't have numbers that's by color. And so just kind of doing like that. But I'm getting there. And I'm feeling better. I did ward off the worst part of the cold. Just my arm. And I think it's just that cold, damp air got down in my arm. Because last night I actually sat underneath the hot water spigot and let it just run on that arm, and it seemed to help it for a while. So it's just a matter of getting it out of the arm muscle. And let me see, is there anything else going on? I don't think so, other than tomorrow I'm really going to have to, like, all the boxes that all the herbal stuff came in is in a big pile in the kids' living room. And so I really need to break them down, because, of course, you know, the trash company won't take them unless they're broke down and in a trash bag. Everything has to be in a trash bag. And so I got to break them down and throw them in a trash bag, and I'll take them out there. And I think what's left after that, I am just going to take over to the burn pile. And my brother will just have to deal, because it shouldn't be very much. I'm down to my last little bit of herbs that I had ordered coming in. And then I think there's just a few that I didn't think about needing, and I don't need them right now, so I can at least hold off on those. Because let me tell you, I bought a buku of stuff. But I have stuff that I can make all the stuff with. Okay, which one of you? Because one of these is not, I think it's this one. It's got like a little hole in the corner. That is right there what I do with my tweezers. That is my tweezers job in a nutshell. And I think that one had a corner missing because it just wasn't filling in all the way. I have found some of these containers where the lids are coming out. I'm just really careful with them. But I think I'm going to take like a little bit of I might even take a little bit of wax and just stick in the corner and make them a little stickier. There we go. And just kind of stick them in there and make it where it's a little stickier. Because it's not all of them that do it, just a few. And then, other than getting that done, I've got to get 2 more rows on the bookshelf that the herbs are on cleared off, so that I can put the rest of them up there and put like my gallon jugs in the gallon jug row, and a half-gallon jugs and a half-gallon jugs, and so on and so on. And everything else is just kind of cooking, you know, because it's got to cook for, I call it cooking, but it's got to sit for 6 weeks with you just flipping the containers back and forth and upside down. And I call it cooking, but it's actually making tinctures and things of that sort. I've got some oils going to make salves, you know, and I've got tinctures going. I got bark tinctures going. I mean, I've got a multitude of stuff. I have finished the 2 minor courses I was taking, and I've just started the major one, and I've actually got my books in for the major one. It was like, oh my gosh, because it's a big group of them. And then I've got in the diamond painting side of the world, I have Mystery Painting 38 in. And oh my God, I found the picture for it. I bought it just because I loved the Raised by Wolves. Love that image. And I love Leap of Courage. And the same artist that did the Leap of Courage and the Raised by Wolves is the same artist that did Mystery 38. So I was like, I'm just buying this one just because I like the artist. I like her work. I really have liked everything I've seen of hers. So I bought it. And I went on the look. And I found what Mystery 38 looks like when it's complete. And I was just like blown away, guys. Just blown. Absolutely blown away. I am so glad I got that. It is absolutely wonderfully, fantastically beautiful. I mean, it is. I would recommend anything by Christina. I think it's Christina Colts. I would recommend anything she does. It was absolutely gorgeous. I mean, beyond phenomenal. So I'm so glad I got those. And I will probably, as soon as I get done doing all these big ones. And actually, since I started this one early, and it's actually coming along pretty quickly. I mean, I was surprised. But there's a lot of multi-placing in it. There's a lot of line color blocking and just color blocking in this one that you really didn't notice. You know, because when you bought it, well, when I bought it, I saw the colors. But there is a lot of color blocking in it. And so it's going really quickly. I mean, there's some places that I did single, you know, the checkerboard just because I didn't want it to have where you could really see the spacing. And others where I did, you know, like 4-placer and stuff like that, just because those don't leave as much spacing as when you do the bigger color blocking. But it does have a lot of it in it. And so if you just, even if you interchange, you end up going pretty quickly. So I was surprised, but yeah, this one's actually working up for as big as it is really quickly. I mean, I've got it like a half roll at the top, and I would say I'll be able to roll a good roll to get it to where it'll sit up there well. Probably the next day or two. So I'm thinking by the 1st of March, I should be at least over halfway done with this. So, yeah. It's like coming along. And let me tell you, I saw some of Rose Prophet's new work on her dinosaurs. Oh, those are gorgeous, guys. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So it's like, oh, no. And then for my event, mine and Cindy's event in September, Distracted by Diamonds. I'm putting this out there, so y'all need to let me know. Y'all really need to let me know. Either let me know in this week's WIP and chat or something, but let me know. Because she has said that she's got 2 small little witch images that she's going to drop ship. That's going to be what she's donating to the event. But she said she does have, if anyone is interested, another witch image that she doesn't have up yet, but she can put it up if anyone is interested in possibly looking. And I'm telling you right now on her site, she's got a lot of good sales. A lot of good sales. I was able to get a $64 Soul of the Rose canvas for $48. That is a good price. Guys, that's a phenomenal, price. So I would recommend, okay, come on, Kat. I would recommend going to Distracted by Diamonds or Patty Wax, whichever one you have her saved as. and looking at her canvases and seeing what she might have that you might be interested in. And then let me know if you want her to, drop those other canvases in, and I will get a hold of her and let her know. And she can drop those in there, and that way it gives you another place to purchase. And Diamond Drills USA, they said closer to the event, they will put in a discount, a code for the event for you to purchase any diamonds you might need. So keep that in mind. I'm trying to think. Dynamite Diamonds has new drill trays that are really nice. In fact, I'm going to be doing an unboxing probably tomorrow on the drill tray, because I try to, whoever's sponsoring, I always try to purchase at least something from them and unbox it so that you can see what they have, what kind of, whatever they have. So that'll be, coming up. And I know she said she's already starting to put together stuff for us. And let me see. Debbie Day from Day's Dream, she's putting together a package for us. I will probably go there and get some special diamonds, because she does special diamonds. And she does canvases that she prints at herself. So, keep that in mind for her. I know that Ashes We Rise is coming up with some kind of package for us. And I know that Take 10 Candles is going to come up with some, I think she's going to do a special scent for us, but she's also talking about doing like little wax melts for what she has. So that is pretty cool, guys. Everyone's like really trying to come up with stuff for us, and accommodate. Make sure it didn't, make sure, trying to accommodate for us. And so I'm just like really thrilled. I've only had one person that has so far said no, they do not want to responsor. And so we're doing pretty good that way. I got a few more I need to contact. So we're doing pretty good. Okay. So we are doing pretty good in that way. And let me see what time it is. I don't have this where I can see the time. And that would be helpful. Okay, 22 minutes. It would be helpful to be able to see the time. But yeah, so it's been coming along greatly. I'll get that over here a little bit more for you. So, it's coming along. Just coming along. I have, like I said, finished 2 of my courses. Got the big one to go. And I got this big painting. And I was working on a little a 40 by 50 Maleficent before I started this one. So I doubt if I'll get this done before March. But in March, if I get it done before April, that way I can go ahead and work on that a little more and get that done. I think I will do a post review of all the canvases I completed in January and February. A little compilation. Because I think I finished like 6. I really do. I think I finished like 6. Which is crazy phenomenal. But yeah. I think I did 6. Just in January and February. And most of them were double-sided, adhesive nightmares. Because I was trying to actually, knock some of them out. Get some of them gone. Because that's my goal, is to try to get through some of them double-sided adhesives. Because I just don't really like working on them. I mean, once I get started and get all that off and get the bubbles and rivers and everything out of it, it's not so horrible. And I think I'm going to start on the 1st of March. I am going to start where I will do at least a 600 count of drill section a day on my Hade, just to get, further on that progress. Make a little drill challenge thing of at least a 600 section a day. So at least get some of that knocked out. Yes, I've got the party pink already being used in this, because I bought like 3 bags of it. So I've already started using party pink. Okay, I know that other one's over here. There we go. 312. And this one just knocking it out. And my poor little dogs, because I was gone Friday and I was gone Saturday, they've just been like freaking out. And then, of course, I got a doctor's appointment on Wednesday, so they're going to be like, Mom, you haven't left the house this much in forever. What are you doing? Where are you going? Kind of thing. I understand totally. But, yeah, the next couple of days is just going to be hot and heavy house cleaning, because with me being down for, about a week of not feeling good and just been really tired and, bleh, that I didn't vacuum, I didn't sweep, and I had just had 3 kids for 3 days, and so I still had a little bit of mess to clean up, and it's like, yeah. And then, of course, my mess from all my herbal stuff, I don't know if y'all know this, but you make a mess when you're working with herbs. Even, I don't care if you got the funnel in the hole. It's like it just finds a way out. So I got little herbs all over the floor, so I got to sweep that up. Yeah, sweep that up. And I made a new tea last night. I came home and I had a little bit of Tulsi left in a quart jar just sitting there. And I was like, well, I don't want to just, what is it? It wasn't Tulsi, it was lemon balm. And I was just sitting there, and I'm like, well, I just don't want you sitting there staring at me. What are we going to do with you? So I threw some Tulsi in it, and I threw some oat straw in it, and threw a couple other things in it for taste, and pull a little bee propolis, which is kind of like really sweet smelling, so it should be a really sweet tasting tea. Because that's the stuff that holds the actual hive together. And so it was like, yeah, I'm going to throw, a little bit of that in there. And put some more in jars last night that were sitting on my counter. Just because I would like my counters back, because it makes it look rough whenever you got stuff just piled everywhere. Even if it's not dirty, it just looks really rough. Just from the clutter. So I was trying to straighten that up. And then, I went to Walmart and was trying to buy some sealer, some more polyacrylic, and I wanted to get a little bit of polyurethane. Do you think that they would carry clear gloss? They had matte, they had soft satin, they had warm gloss, but they didn't have just plain old clear gloss. And so I actually had to order my sealer on Amazon. It's like, for real? Because my dad's always like, why do you always ordering stuff online? Why don't you just go to the store? Well, I tried. The store don't have it. So it's like, yeah. They did not have it. And I fixed my package box lid because someone sat there and shoved the rebar up through the plastic, and I had a big old hole. Massive hole in the top of the package box, y'all. Massive hole. Just huge. Huge, 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 huge hole. Okay. Huge hole in the middle of this package box. So I got me some super duper duct tape, and I got me a thing of that, what is it, Flex Seal spray, and I duct taped the bottom of it, and I duct taped the top of it, and then used the spray and sprayed it. Okay, let me see if I can. Oh, no, we want to get that closer for y'all. There we go. And I was like, I want to get the spray to, spray it so we can get it fixed. And so I did that. E's. Where's E's? There's E, 603. And so I did that, got that all done. So I got that project completed. I mean, it's just all these little projects keep coming up. Owning your own house kind of sucks in one way. I mean, it's nice in one way, but it sucks in another, because anything that goes wrong, you got to deal with it or find someone to come deal with it. And yeah, it's like just a bunch of yeah. And then, of course, I scared myself half to death because, one thing you don't miss is a VA doctor's appointment. You do not miss a VA doctor's appointment. And so I'm sitting there, and Friday I got up and I was sitting there, and all of a sudden, because usually my appointments are on Monday and they're at like 1. And then I thought, oh my God, my appointment was today, not Monday. And then I looked and I thought, oh my God, it's 2 o'clock. I missed my doctor's appointment. So I'm freaking out. I am literally freaking out. And so I finally find the doctor's phone number, and I call the clinic and talking to the girl up front. And I'm like, well, I'm so sorry. I said, I think I missed my doctor's appointment. I think it was at 1. She was like, well, what's your name? And told her, and she's like, I always have to remember it's under my old name. And so it's like, yada, yada, yada. And she's like, oh no, your appointment's not till 3:30. I was like, oh my God. I said, well, I don't want to be on the phone while I'm trying to drive, so I guess I'm going to go ahead and leave now. And that way I'll be there whenever 3:30 hits, and I can just call you then. That's what happens when you got birthday parties back to back. And I mean, it was just like, oh my Lord. I'm having major meltdowns. And of course, I was telling him about what all I bought. And he's like, what's going on? What set it off? I was like, I don't know. Well, I do know, but I'm not going to get into it on here. But we did, and so I got a feeling he put it in the chart, and so my therapist is going to touch on it. That's one of those things that's just for us. But, yeah, I've, done some thinking on that prospect, and so I've, think I've got it all figured out. But evidently, when I get stressed, I shop. Retail therapy, what can I say? And he had it in a nutshell. He was like, what happened? And then we're going to change up my sleeping stuff. And because, of course, I passed the sleep doctor. And so I was like, maybe, I said, maybe just don't need that medication. I said, maybe I just need something, to really relax me and help me with shutting my mind down, So we're going to try something else that the sleep doctor recommended. And, it's something I tried a long time ago, but I was working. And so it was like when you woke up, you were kind of groggy with it, for the first so long. And I used to not wake up until time to be driving to work. So, it wasn't working. So I said, now that I'm not working, maybe we could try that again. And so we're going to try that again. Because I told him, I said, this other stuff just don't work. It's like, He said, yeah, it's like you're resistant to it. And I was like, yeah. I said, I can take that stuff and sit there and watch TV for hours. And so It's like I just don't even worry about taking that half the time. I have been drinking my sleeping tea or the nighttime tea, and that helps relax me quite a bit. And then I can just go take a hot bath and a lot of times just go lay down and I'll finally fall asleep. So that seems to be helping. Okay, what I need that. This one. So that seems to be helping. So, you know, we're just changing things up. And then, of course, like I said, I went to the bulk store last 2 weeks, and I have more stuff than the bulk store. So that's out. That's out. And I really don't need nothing diamond painting wise. I did buy some stuff to throw in the event boxes, because I found them at really good prices, and I thought, you know, well, these could be things that they might enjoy or want. You know, because I try to put stuff in there also that you may not have. Or so, yeah, just kind of been doing that. And now I can pick the boxes and I can just put them back in the back room and throw stuff in as I get it or come across it or it comes in. So, do that. I know some people will be drop shipping stuff, and some will mail it to me and then I'll mail it to you. So it's just a mix of some of each, which is this in. So it's just a cross of different ones. And so I've started adding to your boxes now. You know, if anyone watches Nick, you know how she says she's always throwing in the boxes. Well, now I'm starting to throw in the boxes. And my goal is to try to get my kitchen table cleaned off. And that way I kind of want to do some of my homework on the kitchen table. And out on the front porch. Because, you know, I have the front porch deck, you know, set up, and I can sit out there and drink some coffee and, you know, maybe read a chapter or do something. So I don't want to diamond paint out there because I'd hate to have bugs land in it, and, you know, have bugs land in your diamond painting. That'd be gross. That would be gross. And then I've trying to talk my son and then maybe coming up next weekend, and we could clean off the back porch and maybe get the rocks tumbling set up again, because it's already going to be up in the 80s. Our weather is just absolutely bonkers. We'll probably have one more cold chill, and then that's it. I think winter will be over. Our winter will be not really a whole lot to write home about. And it has just kind of flown by. I mean, just absolutely flown by. I don't know if anyone else thinks that, but I mean, you think about it, we're almost to March already. I mean, winter is like just flown. It's like, good Lord. And I was talking to my dad, because, you know, I owe him about $3,000 for when he carried me, and I told him after taxes I'd pay him. And I said, well, here's the thing. I said, do you want me to pay you back, or would you prefer I take that money? Because I'm always using his lawnmower, or having one of my kids, I should say, use his lawnmower. I said, instead of me always having one of the kids come over here and get you your lawnmower, because both of mine are dead. I got a Husqvarna that is like in multiple pieces, and a Cub Cadet, which I will never own another Cub Cadet in my life, because they're the most worthless things. And so he was like, you know, he said, yeah, why don't you go ahead and you just get a lawnmower? And so that's what I'm probably going to do, is buy a lawnmower. And that way, you know, instead of having to try to get and where we can borrow my dad's and put hours on his, you know, which, you know, that way it doesn't tie theirs up. You know, I can just have when my son comes up, or my daughter-in-law, whatever, they can drive ours. And then that way I can have them drive around with the little wagon on the back. And we can get a bunch of these branches and tree limbs. And I mean, because the winds have been horrible this year and I got stuff down everywhere. And we can get it picked up, you know, and at least take it over to the burn pile because, you know, it's wood. And get that done. So I think we're going to do that. Because, you know, he was like, yeah, why don't you do that? And he said, that way, you know, you'll have one. Because he knows, you know, he's going on 78. And he knows my brother. And he knows that once he passes, and I mean, I hope that never happens. But, you know, everyone knows that it's inevitable. You know, it does happen. And there's no way you can get around it happening. And so, he's like, well, that way, he said, I know once, you know, I'm gone, you being able to get stuff out of your brother is going to be, you know, not very easy because my brother's kind of one of those, like, jerky people. I'm going to turn you this way, and then I'm going to turn you this way. But that way I can get you right up here on it. There we go. And he said, that way, you know, we know that you're okay. And I was like, oh, that'll be fine. You know, whatever. I said, I was just throwing that out there. And so, and that's what we finally came up with, is that what we would do that. And so I was like, okay, that's good. And so that's what our plan is to get a lawnmower, get it here. So that is the plan. Look at this. More party pink. I think I need 6 of them. 6 party pinks. Six party pinks. Love this color. I opted for the J for party pink. I mean, and there's no reason. I mean, because there's no reason, rhyme or reason why a certain color is party pink, because it doesn't correlate to any color. But that's what I wanted party pink to be, so that's what party pink was. That was my reasoning for it. That's what I want party pink to be, so it's party pink. Now, anyone that has magic potions on, and I don't know why, but on the container, dun, 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 let me get this up to where you can see it. Okay, that one, that symbol, on here, it looks like just a plain straight line. I don't know why. Took me forever and a lot of, you know, looking at stuff just to figure out what was what, to come to the conclusion that that symbol was that one. It was just like really hard. Because if you look really, sometimes you can see the line at the bottom of it. Sometimes you can see the line, but you don't ever see both lines. I don't know what the deal is. And that's the only symbol that's really messed up. So whoever's got party pink, just remember that 803 is that weird 1 up and down and 2 sideways lines. I'll just put it that way. But it was like, that is so weird. Because usually their symbols are spot on. But this is a symbol that it is not spot on. Usually their symbols are not bad. But that symbol was not great. And it's just like the crosshatch. The horizontal ink just didn't come across. Really weird. Okay. Trying to see the time, how long this is. I think I'm about ready to get off of here. I will try to do another one later this week. I'm really going to work on getting stuff out there quite a bit for everybody. Like I said, I'm going to have a couple of unboxings. I got a couple of diamond painting pens coming in. And a few other things. You know, and get kind of that stuff. And we'll see what else we can come up with. And like I said, spring is starting to think about being here. My daffodils are already blooming. They're not just coming up out of the ground. They have got flowers. So yeah. Spring has sprung. And it seems like that drinking the nettle tea infusion is helping. And it's where you take an ounce of stinging nettle and you cover it. You put it in a quart jar and you cover it with, you know, boiling water to the top. You let it sit for 4 hours and then you strain it and you drink half of it one day and the other half the next day. And you do that for a month. So every other day you're making this stuff up and then do it for a month. And then you can just go to the allergy tea. But it does seem to be helping because, I mean, I would already be having horrible headaches and swollen face and everything else. And it's not as bad as it normally is at this point. So that evidently is helping. I'm thinking about maybe growing some stinging nettle, but it's one of those that'll take over. So I'm trying to figure out where I want to put it. I'm thinking about putting in some peppermint. And that's one that'll take over, but I'm thinking about letting it just take over the, kind of go up and down the fence line and just be on the fence. You know, so I think that'd be good. And plus it'd keep the mosquitoes away because they don't like peppermint either. So that would be a good deterrent. And I've got rosemary that I'm fixing to plant. So I've got some stuff I'm going to plant. I've got some stuff I'm going to try to go see if I can find. Because I have decided that I love holy basil. It smells phenomenal and it makes a wonderful tea base. I decided I like the tea from it. So I want to try to find me holy basil plant. You know, so I'll probably go down to the nursery and see what they have. And I'm going to try to put them along the wood line. And that way they can just kind of take over the wood line. And I would like to put in a couple of elderberry bushes. Because if I can get my own elderberry bushes and I know they're elderberry, then I don't have to worry about trying to figure out what's what. Because I'll know what it is. Because I put it there. So that's my philosophy on that. So, this was the blue book next to the green and yellow and brown book at the top. And I've gone through four bags of black already for the top. I've done the whole little hangy vine thing coming down. I've done the key. Done the purple ball. So we're getting quite a bit of it done. So I'm loving this canvas though, guys. Really loving this canvas. And like I said, what I want to try to do with it is get one of those, I don't know if you've seen it, where people are taking the clips and putting them across the top and then hanging them. And I want to get a curtain rod that hangs over the top of my curtains, like a valance rod, and kind of hang this like a valance over the front of my curtains that are over my bed. because this thing's about 6 feet in width, and I have a king bed, which is about 6 feet in width. So it would go across the top and be like the top of the valance of the curtains that are over the top of my bed. And so when you walk in, you would walk in and see all these beautiful colors, looking at you. So I'm thinking of trying to do that. I really, really am. So I don't know if I'll be able to accomplish it, but that's what my thought process is for this. I know Karina got this canvas, and I think Anita got this canvas, and I actually contacted Nyx because she was always like, keep an eye out for it, because she was, saying that Cart snatched it from her. And so she was like, keep an eye out for it. And so I was looking for the one, and if anyone sees it, please let me know. The girl playing the like glass flat violin. If you happen to see that one come back in, let me know. My granddaughter plays the violin. She's actually on billboards around here for playing the violin. And I would like to get that one and get it done and give it to her for her birthday present. I think she would really just love that. In fact, she's fixing to have to buy another violin. She's actually outgrown her violin. So, but I was looking to see if that had come back, because I got a restock notification and came across that and was like, go now, it's in. So she was like, I'm gone. So that is that, guys. I am gonna sit here and watch a little Star Trek, enjoy my turkey, get my turkey on. Sounds like turkey on, and hope y'all have a wonderful evening. Love to y'all. If you're not a subscriber, please hit subscribe. If you are a subscriber, I definitely, thoroughly thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a subscriber and coming back. Please hit like on the way out, and love to everybody. Please be nice. Love everybody. It's just that time of year. Everyone's in a funk. Love y'all.